The booth is quiet and bright and deliberately boring. It looks less like a miracle and more like an airport scanner upgraded by a tech company. You step inside expecting movement or pressure or something that feels like going somewhere. Instead, there is nothing, a flash and silence. Somewhere else, a door opens and a person walks out, smiling, with your face, your voice, your memories. Everyone calls it arrival. The truth is simpler and worse. You did not go anywhere. You stopped. What science actually calls teleportation has already been done, not with people, but with particles. Since the 1990s, physicists have teleported quantum states of photons and later electrons. The key detail is always skipped in headlines. Nothing physical moves. The original state is destroyed and recreated elsewhere. Using entanglement and classical information, this is not a flaw in early versions. This is how the process works at its core. A human body is not a single object. It is roughly 10 to the power of 27 atoms arranged in an unstable, warm biological system. Each atom has quantum properties that cannot all be measured at the same time. The uncertainty principle is not a technical hurdle that better machines will fix. It is a hard limit. The act of scanning changes the thing being scanned. By the time you try to finish recording a body at quantum resolution, the original configuration no longer exists. Even if measurement were somehow perfect, the environment ends the attempt. Quantum states fall apart almost instantly outside extreme isolation. Your brain alone is a storm of heat, chemical reactions, and electrical noise. Any delicate quantum information relevant to identity decoheres in trillionths of a second. There is no pause, no buffer, no safe holding state. While the scan completes, then physics closes the door completely with the no cloning theorem. Unknown quantum states cannot be copied. They can only be transferred by destroying the original. This means any real teleportation of a person must erase the original completely. There is no version where you step in and also remain behind. Destruction is not an accident. It is the price of the method. What comes out the other side is a reconstruction, best case scenario. Atom by atom rebuilt using transmitted information. It wakes up believing it is you. It remembers deciding to step into the booth. It feels continuous from the inside. But continuity is an illusion created by memory. The actual stream of consciousness that was you ended at disassembly. There is no bridge between the last moment in the booth and the first moment at the destination. This is the core of the teleportation paradox, debated for decades in philosophy and neuroscience. If identity were just a pattern, then copies would count as survival. But the moment duplication is possible, identity collapses. If the machine created two versions, both would claim to be you, and both would be wrong. In the same way, survival requires continuity, not similarity. Biology makes the picture darker. Even microscopic errors would be catastrophic. A fraction of a % mistake is not a glitch. It is organ failure, misfolded proteins, corrupted neural connections. Consciousness is not resilient to that level of noise. You do not get a slightly damaged self. You get death, or something unrecognizable. This is why serious research avoids human teleportation entirely. The real value of quantum teleportation is in secure communication, quantum networks, and computing. Fields where destroying a state has no moral weight. Because photons do not have inner lives, Applying the same language to humans is not optimism. It is category error dressed as futurism. Teleportation feels seductive because it promises escape from distance, friction, and waiting. But it breaks a deeper rule than speed or space. It breaks continuity. A real teleporter would not take you anywhere. It would end you cleanly and leave behind someone who thinks the trip was instant. That is not travel, and it is not progress. It is replacement with better lighting.